first thing I want to say is this. This is not about wasteful spending. This is about voter accessibility. Everybody deserves the right to have a place that they are comfortable with and familiar with to go and to cast their vote. My people bled, died, and suffered and fought for the right to be able to vote. And to dismantle or to take those rights away from us that we worked hard to get is unacceptable on any level. It's not about money. It's about access. If it's only one person that goes to a voting site, so be it. That's one person that got to participate in the democratic process. It doesn't matter the cost. It matters making sure that everybody has access and the ability to go and vote and to let their voices be heard. If we want to really talk about it, let's talk about why there is voter apathy. Let's begin to build strategy around voter engagement. Instead of taking places away from people, we need to make it more accessible to the people. So as we talk about voter access, in 2021, Tarrant County voters had 48 early voting sites and 323 election day polling locations. In 2023, early voting sites decreased slightly to 44, but election day sites actually increased to 330. Under this proposal for November 2025, voters would be left with only 24 early voting sites, a 50% cut, and 214 election day polling sites, nearly 1/3 fewer than in 2021. Not to mention, many of the closures are concentrated inside the A20 loop, leaving Central Fort Worth, including historic Black and brown neighborhoods, disproportionately affected. That, my friend, is problematic. All college campus early voting sites have been eliminated, disenfranchising young voters, first-time voters, and working students who depend on accessible polling near their college campus. Let this sink in. The following cities have no early voting locations whatsoever: Everman, Kennedale, Haltom City, Hurst, Euless, and Edgecliff. And there's only one location for the whole of Grand Prairie. That, my friend, is problematic. This comes on the heels of midterm redistricting battles that already weaken community representation. Now, reducing polling locations is a direct, in my opinion, a direct continuation of attacks on every citizen's fundamental right to vote. Once the number of polling places decreases, it rarely rebounds. The precedent being set here risks locking in long-term voter suppression, in my humble opinion. In the 2023 election, turnout was just 12.48% of registered voters, and 5 sites saw fewer than 300 voters. Instead of closing sites, again, we should be asking why turnout is so low and addressing access barriers. Residents without cars, who rely on public transit, or who juggle multiple jobs will face the greatest burden when polling sites are miles farther away or reduced altogether. And let me add this. This is part of the systemic problem. We have people who do not connect and resonate with the people in the community. We don't have people who are here, who are making decisions, who are poor, who work multiple jobs, who have transportation issues, who have childcare issues, and all of these barriers facing them. But they are the ones that are making the decisions for these individuals. We're leaving these people out of the process. We're making them invisible. And that ain't right. Our job is to represent every person in the county. The ones that look like us, the ones that don't look like us, the ones who have what we have, and the ones who don't. Everybody needs to be included in this process. And the way it is presently presented, they do not. And that's problematic. And we need to look at the humanness of ourselves and begin to see people for who they are and where they are and what they need, and not make decisions and judgments based upon our experience and our lens. That's what we're doing. We're making decisions based upon our personal lens. And we're not taking into account what the people who will be affected by this need. I want you to think about that. While state regulations and budgets create pressures, disenfranchising entire communities is not an acceptable solution. Democracy should not be sacrificed for administrative convenience or cost savings. Democracy in Tarrant County is being chipped away, first through redistricting, now through cuts, now to voting sites. This is not about efficiency. It's about eroding access and silencing voices. 60 years ago, these kinds of tactics were unacceptable, and today they remain an insult to every voter in Tarrant County. And as I close my remarks in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, give us the vote. We're not asking for it. Give it to us because it belongs to us. Thank you.